It's live on KEXP. I'm your host, DJ Kevin Cole from listener-powered independent 90.3 FM KEXP, broadcasting live in Seattle and streaming 24/7 at kexp.org and via our free mobile apps. KEXP is a nonprofit. These live performances are made possible by donations from listeners and people just like you. Thank you. And I'm so happy today to be joined live in studio by Sprints from Dublin, Ireland. Welcome to KEXP.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, super excited. I love your album, Letter to Self, so much. So how about let's hearing some songs from it first and then chat about it.
Let's do it.
Sprints, live on KEXP.
Fast, I wanna do this quick. Goes 1, 2, 3, it goes 1, 2, 3. I've got a simple idea, I'm gonna make it stick. I wanna say this fast, wanna do this quick. It goes 1, 2, 3, it goes 1, 2, 3. Do you ever feel like the room is heavy? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy, like the air is hot and the air is sweaty? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy and I can't sleep? I can barely breathe, and I'm watching the world go around the window. It's Do you ever feel like the room is heavy? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy, like the air is hot and the air is sweaty? Do you ever feel like the room is heavy and I can't sleep? I can barely watching the world go around the window inside, and I can't sleep, 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 and I can't sleep. I can't sleep! No, I can't! And I'm watching the world go around the window fast, I wanna do this quick. Goes 1, 2, 3, it goes 1, 2, 3. I've got a simple idea, I'm gonna make it stick. Wanna say this fast, wanna do this quick. It goes 1, 2, 3, it goes. Father, I'm sorry to say my disposition lives another day. You're not gonna be happy. Is anybody happy? father. I'm sorry to say my disposition lives another day. You're not gonna be happy. Is anybody happy? Maybe I'm living, but eyes closed shut. Maybe it's giving, maybe not enough. Maybe that's the beauty, maybe that's the pain. Maybe living's easy, maybe dying's the same. They say you call it punch, drug love from power to abusers. He spits his propane and my refusal is a fueler. He's singing for the hymn sheet, I'm singing for the others. They say I've gone cold when life's not drowning in the gutter. Mother, Father, Holy Spirit and Ghost, I pray we're not gonna be happy. Is anybody happy? Mother, Father, Holy Spirit and Ghost, I pray we're not gonna be happy. Is anybody happy? Is anybody happy? Can anybody be happy? They say you call it punch, strong love and power to abusers. He spits his propane and my refusal is a fueler. He's singing for the hymn sheet, I'm singing for the others. They say I've gone cold while I'm sat drowning in the gutter. They say I've gone cold while I'm sat drowning in the gutter. They say I've gone cold while I'm sat drowning in the gutter. They say I've gone cold while I'm sat drowning in the gutter. They say I've gone cold while I'm sat drowning in the gutter.
Sprints live on KEXP. Tracks from the debut full-length Letter to Self.
Away your name, I get to move so up my neck. Slipped a rope to fall just right into the net. I wear a smile, like it's a runner. You're despised, badge of honor. Say she's good for an up-and-comer. She's good for an up-and-comer. Wear your smile, like it's a runner. You're despised, like a badge of honor. Say she's good for an up-and-comer. She's good for an up-and-comer. Swim the seas between paranoia and disbelief. I reach the surface, but the air is hard to breathe. I wear a smile, like it's a runner. You're despised like a badge of honor. I say she's good for an up-and-comer. She's good for an up-and-comer. I wear your smile, like it's a runner. You're despised like a badge of honor. I say she's good for an up-and-comer. I say she's good for an up-and-comer. If you beat her like a drum, if you beat her like a heart, I bet you'll fire for your soul. I swear to God, she'll make a son. Say she's good for an up-and-comer. Can I please be an up-and-comer? I wear your name like it's a noose around my neck. You spent your love like it's money. I haven't got just yet. I wear a smile like it's a runner. You're despised like a badge of honor. You say she's good for an up-and-comer. She's only good for an up-and-comer. The way you smile like it's a runner. You're despised like a badge of honor. You say she's good for an up-and-comer. You say she's good for an up-and-comer. If you beat her like a drum, if you beat her like a heart, I bet you'll fire for you still. I swear to God, she'll make a song. Say she's good for an up-and-comer. Can I please be an up-and-comer? Here we go again. say she's good for an up and comer. Can I please be an up and comer? Say she's good for an up and comer. Can I please be an up and comer? Say she's good for an up and comer. Can I please be an up and comer?
It is Sprints live on KEXP. That is Up and Comer from Letter to Self. And this is Literary Mind, KEXP with Sprints live.
And she's the page in the glasses of a book. She's a literary mind and a literary look. She's got a literary mind, literally shook. Cover to the page in the glasses of a book. She's a killer, she's a thriller, after that a crime. Literary mind and a literary look. She's got a literary mind and a literary look. She's got a literary mind and a literary look. She's got a literary mind, literary look.
Oh, yeah, so good. That is Sprints live on KEXP. Literary Mind is the track. You heard Up and Comer before that, Cathedral and Heavy. All of those from the debut full-length that came out in January, Letter to Self. Man, that sounded fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. This is a dream. Yeah.
It just sounded great. Karla, would you mind introducing the band?
Yes. So I'm Karla. I'm the vocals and guitar. We have Colm on lead guitar. We have Sam McCann on backing vocals and bass. And we have Jack Callan, the mustache man, on the drums.
So, Karla, have you and Colm and Jack actually known each other since you were 10?
No, so Jack and Colm have known each other since they were 10, and they've known Sam since school as well. I'm the straggler who joined in my mid-20s.
Got it.
Some extra spice and much needed sass.
Can you tell me about the journey to becoming Sprints?
I think it's a pretty natural and organic one, which has been nice. Myself and Colm and Jack were playing music together for a couple of years, kind of trying out different bands and different sounds. And it didn't really feel like we were writing what mattered to us or the music that we loved the most as music fans. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to kind of actively pursue this slightly heavier, grungier kind of garage punk sound.
Was there a turning point or?
Yeah, the turning point was Sam McCann joining for a random rehearsal one day, and he brought his big bass and his big muff, and once we heard that
big attitude,
and once we heard that kind of gritty bass, I think that was the kind of solid foundations that we built the sound around, and it very naturally developed. We in COVID just rehearsed for about 2 years straight, kept writing, kept developing the sound, and I think we've kind of got something that feels like ours now.
Yeah, it sounds so good, so tight. The album packs a punch, the raw, melodic, punky energy, but also then you've got the amazing lyrics that really kind of bring you in or bring me in and make you think. And it's such a open-hearted and emotional and honest and cathartic album. Thank you for that.
Thank you for those nice words.
do you mind if we dig into the themes of a couple of the songs?
No, go for it. I mean, I put them on a record, so how much more open can we get?
So in the song "Heavy," you're really capturing the pressure of a state of anxiety, I think.
Yes.
But the line, even with the line, "I can barely breathe."
Yeah.
There's this sense of optimism and hope.
Yeah.
Is that important to you?
Yeah, I think while the album obviously deals with a lot of difficult themes and anxiety being one of the main ones, I think what we wanted to get across was that catharsis that music can offer, especially the live music experience, for performers and fans alike. I think it's a kind of foster community at these shows, and it's about a kind of group therapy almost, it feels like. If you shout the anxieties out, it kind of eases the pressures of them. But there's definitely a thread of optimism and hope, because I think all of us have faced difficulties with our mental health, particularly being touring musicians, but you kind of get through it together and by being open and speaking about them and addressing the issues rather than burying them. Yeah,
100%. That is what is so beautiful about the record, and really appreciate you doing that. Because it really takes something to put yourself out there and be that vulnerable. And I get that maybe in a live performance you are, engaging and you can get instant response and see that cathartic energy.
Yeah.
I can tell you firsthand and from listeners that they get the same experience just listening to the record.
That's what more can you wish for, really, as a musician.
And you kind of already answered this, but I was going to ask if you did see music as a form of therapy, and if that extended beyond just you as a band and the energy that you put in and that cathartic feeling you get to the audience and the listener.
For sure. I think as we're music fans first and foremost. So whenever we create music or when we were making the album, we were always thinking about the live experience. And as fans, going to see bands like Gilla Band or Viagra Boys or Warm Doucher, who are very live, energetic and raw and kind of punk bands, you really do kind of like sweat out all your worries at those. And we are the same when we rehearse. I think sometimes after a long day in work or after the stresses and pressures of life, sometimes the last thing you want to do is sit in a room and scream for 3 hours. But you come out of it feeling so much better. And I think we all get that kind of cathartic experience from music. So it's always important for us that the audience and the fans can feel involved in that. And I think from the show so far, I've been fortunate that we're connecting. And I think everyone just wants to kind of scream their frustrations into the abyss. And we're lucky to get to do that.
100%. It feels good, too, to be able to do that. So you mentioned Gilliband. So Daniel Fox of Gilliband. You've worked with Daniel for a while on the 2 EPs and the full length. First of all, can you tell me about Gilliband's influence on the Dublin scene?
Oh God, I mean, it was probably the first band in a while that came out with like a sound that was just so like, you know, unique to them. There hadn't been a band in Ireland that had done something like that in a while, and the lyrics are really like just like strange to hear. Do you know, this like first album, it's like lyrics about garlic cheese chips, but you're like, they're really like fun to sing along to and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was just kind of like, wow, okay, this Dublin band are really weird, but like amazing. And if they can do it, then like, you know, why can't we or other bands do it? You know, yeah. I think when you see it being done, it makes it more like you're able to grab it. You know?
Yeah, so many people reference that band.
I think they were the first band. They obviously signed to Rough Trade. They've done like KEXP sessions.
Yeah.
They've toured the States. And there are people that you would see in the pub, like down the road, or we'd work with them and that kind of stuff. And what Sam said is like, if you see it, you kind of believe you can do it as well. So I think they are like one of the most influential guitar bands, probably.
Like the old wizards of the Dublin scene, the elders.
They kicked the doors open. They kind of allowed the rest of us to run on through. So I think you have to give them a lot of credit for doing that. And I think seeing a band make it internationally has really given, I think, Ireland a bit of a spotlight and given a lot of artists their belief that they can also achieve that kind of international success.
Yeah, especially if they're doing their own thing and don't sound like anybody else. Now, you've worked with Daniel on the record. He produced the album. I recently had Psychotic Monks on the show. They worked with him as well. And what was it like working with him?
Terrible. No, it's fantastic. We've worked with them since our debut EP, and I think we can feel the relationship like really naturally growing. We're definitely all getting more confident with each other. But yeah, it was a no-brainer for us to have Daniel produce it and engineer it. And yeah, it was fantastic. We spent 12 days in the middle of France, in the middle of nowhere, drinking wine, making music till the very early hours. Yeah, it was a really positive experience. He really helped us kind of add a lot of depth, and he understands, I think, he understood what we wanted to do with the album, the sound we wanted to go after, and also the emotion behind it. So he really helped us kind of be confident in pursuing that direction when maybe our confidence wavered.
Nice. And recording in an isolated place, what was that like? Was that...
I think it was the best thing we could have done, really, wasn't it? I think... obviously, we're a Dublin band, and the city has influenced a lot of our music and our experiences. But I think we really wanted to remove ourselves from all distractions and just be fully consumed by the album. We really wanted to put all of our emotion in it because it was such an important piece. So yeah, I think that was kind of essential. And it was Dan actually who recommended the studio and the gear and everything available to us. The fact that we could work as late as we wanted to. We physically had the time and the space to kind of work as late as we wanted to or as early as we wanted to, which you don't often get in studio spaces in kind of big cities. So it allowed us to really just immerse ourselves in it.
The album is absolutely fantastic, Letter to Self. So between the album and the 2 EPs, Sprint's been around for 5 years. What are your hopes and dreams for the rest of 2024 and beyond?
Well, we just did KEXP, so what are we going to do next, really? Like, honestly, these are all the sessions we used to watch on YouTube, like at home. I think, obviously, hoping the US tour goes super well. Lots of festivals, lots of big festivals booked in the summer, which is very exciting.
Get working on album 2. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let's squeeze that in at some point, will we?
Yeah. Well, Letter to Self is fantastic. I can't wait for folks to see you live and then for you to come back on album 2 and to talk about what the experience has been like. But thank you so much for taking the time and stopping by KEXP. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us. And thank you very much to Scott for the lend of his Gibson Les Paul, because we would have been lost without it. Technical difficulties, but thank you so much.
Sprints live on KEXP. Thanks to the KEXP crew. Thanks to all of you for listening and watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get notifications every time we launch an amazing session like this Sprints live on KEXP session. And again, these sessions are made possible by donations from listeners like you, as we are a nonprofit arts organization. So thanks to all of you who donate. I'm Kevin Cole. Thanks for listening and watching. This is live on KEXP. Discover new music at kexp.org.